Hey guys, it's Pokemonster here. We are outside of Wembley Stadium in the background and outside Wembley Boxpark, where there's going to be a first time new London card show hosted by Cards Convention. So we'll be picking up a Moonbreon PSA 10 in today's video and seeing what else these sellers have to offer. Follow me, let's go. Alright guys, so we were in, and the first thing I wanted to show you guys was just how big this venue was. Look at the amount of people there, a super successful show. But it was really cool because you had the ground floor and you could chill up on the first floor if you wanted to take up a break. Obviously, Boxpark has a lot of food stalls as well, so A+ for the venue. Alright, so the first stall that we visited was Hater TCG stall, and you can already see there is a ton of Japanese heat here, ranging from black and white, diamond and pearl, all the way to modern stuff. You can see the Koraidon SAR there for £20, which is a pretty reasonable price. They have dropped in price a lot. And then you can see the God Pack Pikachu there for £70 as well as some Delta species, and then some more Gen 4 sealed decks plus Sun and Moon stuff. Moving on to the other display, I think this was a shared display with another vendor because there is some English stuff in there. 2 special delivery Charizards, one of which I traded in myself, plus some more sealed single cards. But look at these bangers at the bottom row, including the Yveltal and 2 Gold Star PSA 10s, including the Groudon and Vaporeon. By the way guys, sorry for the glare in this video. It was a little bit hard to get a good angle just because of the amount of natural light that was coming through the ceiling. But then we moved on to the binder, which was full of Gen 4 holos, so I'm just gonna let you guys enjoy that for a bit. And then we moved on to one of my big tasks for the day, which was to pick up this Moonbreon VMAX PSA 10 for a friend actually, but just an iconic Sword and Shield card. People still love it today. Just to show you guys how I protect my grails, I used this Slab Sentinel case, nice and portable, just for like when you go to shows and you want to store one slab. Okay, moving on to the next stall, Pokestumpy. Look at that Gold Star Umbreon PSA 8.5. I'm pointing at it. £3,950, very rare grade to be getting. PSA don't really give out 8.5s anymore, so that definitely caught my eye. But we've also got some other heat, that Espeon VMAX for $155, a lot of Sun and Moon rainbows that you don't really see nowadays, plus that PSA 9 Charizard from Stormfront. So a really cool selection of slabs. We're going to keep going. We've got some different language, I believe some Indonesian Pikachu's galore, and then some more Best of XY evolutions. So Stumpy had a lot of popular Pokemon, I would say. Then you got that Darkrai and Cresselia PSA 10 set. So some really cool cards, and we're going to keep going. Now more onto the singles on the top row, some SARs, and then going on to some more variety. So you get some WotC first edition slabs. You see the Houndour, the first edition Articuno from Fossil, as well as a base set Charizard. And then as we move down, we see a bit more modern stuff, but just hold your hats because we were allowed to hold this copy of the Gold Star Umbreon PSA 8.5. So super cool. Thanks Stumpy for letting me hold this. Hopefully I'll get this one day, but not today. And then just a very quick cut showing the Twilight Masquerade boxes for $120 and a bit more sealed product. Sorry, I didn't get the seller name for this. Moving on to the next stall, a regular on my vlogs, Japan Cards World. These guys have all the Japanese stuff that you need. Starting off with some very tasty Paradise Dragona booster cases. And then looking at the full selection of loose packs that they had, you can see some Lost Abyss, Paradigm Trigger, both of which recently got reprinted, as well as the more recent Scarlet and Violet sets, including some 151 and V-Star Universe. So very cool to see this as per usual, as well as some other binders. I didn't really get time to flick through them before we move on to our next stall, which is PM1.tcg, coming up with a lot of heat. Sorry for the lack of focus at the start of this exhibition, but you can see the Gold Star Suicune PSA 7 coming into the frame, as well as some modern female trainer cards, that Lycia PSA 10 for $595, followed by the Delinquent from Best of XY, Elisa Sparkle. Then moving on to some more Pokemon stuff, you have a wide variety, both English and Japanese. You can see that first edition Shadowless Venusaur, first edition Holo Dark Dragonite, and then moving on to some more XY era stuff, including the Venusaur Secret Rare from CP6, and then more WotC bangers, and then 2 Moonbryons. So a whole wide variety of things, but my favorite obviously being that Gold Star Trico PSA 8 for 1395, the Gyarados UR from Rage of the Broken Heavens, and the Gold Star Gyarados PSA 7. But don't worry, because we aren't done yet. Moving on to the next bit, we have some One Piece bangers, including the Manga Luffy BGS 10, almost a black label. Again, another best of XY UR being that Shaman. Found it really cool seeing that Charizard full art from 2FC in the Battle Rainbow. And then probably the most expensive card that I saw today, the Mario Pikachu in PSA 10. But as you can see, we're still going. We got a Gold Star Mew, we got a Scream Pikachu, we got a Gold Star Charizard, just so much eye candy there. So a super cool exhibition of like the top chase cards. And then just giving you guys a full view of the amazing cards on show. Moving on to the next stall, Kato Collectibles, another regular on my vlogs. Specialists in Japanese cards. The first thing that caught my eye here was that Zarude promo. So you had to submit some lollipops, like if you got a winning lollipop stick, which had a low pull rate, and someone actually tried to forge one of those winning lollipops and got sent to jail. But anyways, moving on to the singles packs on show, you got that OP09, obviously a very hot set. Look forward to that in English. And then finally, I didn't get much time at this stall because there were just so many people around, but just wanted to show you guys the singles on show. We have that Precious Collector Pikachu and the Iono SAR for £200, followed by some bulk AR cards, 3 for £10, pretty cheap deal, and then some more like SRs from the Sun and Moon, Sword and Shield, and Scarlet and Violet era. You see those rainbows back there. So yeah, shout out to Kato Collectibles, and see you guys at the next show. We got QC cards, or quality collectible cards. You see that 151 Japanese SIR out there. I'm not an English collector myself, but I'm sure someone would have snagged it by the end of the day. Then you got that Pikachu post pop-up exclusive graded set, the Pikachu and Eevee. Then I focused my camera a little bit more to show you guys the graded slabs, including this beautiful Celebi PSA 10 from Coldflower and that Pikachu SAR promo from the World Championships. And then a quick shout out to my guy Lens for letting me hold his PSA 10 set of this Mario and Luigi Pikachu duo. Super cool to see them up close, well protected in acrylic displays made by Grellguard. And then just wanted to show you guys a quick trade that went down. So this case of Ruler of the Black Flame plus some cash for this very hard to find DP1 Japanese base booster box. So just wanted to show you guys a realistic POV of what goes down at a card show. Super cool to see these kinds of items. And then just wanted to give a shout out to the Pokebreeder for bringing all these cool and unique sealed Japanese items. So obviously it's a card show, but it's very nice to see some other Pokemon related merch, like vintage merch. And then you obviously have some more cards, including some cheap slabs and the full set of Southern Islands. Moving on to the next stall, we got Lonic Collects, who played a big part in one of my later purchases, but we'll get to that in a second. Starting off, or going straight into some heat with that Gold Star batch of Latios, Raikou, 8.5 Charizard, and then some Shinings, some XY Modern Growls, Masaki, Golem, Machamp, Crystal Celebi, Crystal Lugia, you know, the Umbreon EX from Fates Collide. So a ton of good cards to see on show. Again, sorry for the glare guys, it was just really hard to get some good footage. And then I had to say goodbye to one of my PSA 9 first Ed Celebi holos for £150 in cash to enable me to go back to Leo's stall and make a big purchase by my standards. So some of the cards that I'm chasing in Japanese are like the big chases from every generation. So this Evoltal UR from Best of XY PSA 10 is certainly one of them. Those XY alt arts, I'm trying to do the full set, so super happy with that. Bought it for £320. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Sorry I didn't get to catch all of the vendors, but make sure to like and subscribe if you did enjoy it, and happy collecting.